that you want to accomplish in life, if you want to accomplish a truth in your life, a peace in your life, a happiness in your life, a different result of what you are doing in your life, it is your decision. I want everybody to start paying attention to your decision. Whatever that you are allowing in your life is your decision. The only thing that you cannot really control is the money. The money gonna come and go. You can't really control that. You just have to get up and go get it every day. But outside of a financial situation, it should not be that we're having all of this dysfunction of problems in our life. I think a lot of times we're really, really good, again, because I teach this on this platform, we're really, really good and healthy at not acknowledging the things that are wrong in our life. I need everybody to start recognize what is wrong with you, what has happened to you, what has discouraged you, what has degraded you. Something has broken you on the inside. Make sure that you are not broken. Make sure that you're loving yourself. You cannot expect somebody to love you and you're not loving yourself. Make sure that people that are in your life, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whether it's your uncle, cousin, or whoever that it is, that they are loving you correctly. Thank you. Thank you, lady. Make sure that they loving you correctly. Make sure that you are loving yourself correctly. Thank you, sweetie, for the rose. Who is that? Miss Sassy. Thank you, baby. Make sure that you're loving yourself. We want everybody to love us and do all this magical stuff for us, but are we sincerely loving ourselves? Is your attitude straight? Is your behavior up to par? Is your conversation where it's supposed to be? Thank you, sweetie Empress. Is your conversation where it needs to be? Is your look where it needs to be? Is your outlook on life where it needs to be? Because a lot of times we're not looking at ourselves and seeing that we are blocking our own success, our own glory, our own new self. Whatever that it is that's supposed to be new within ourselves, a lot of times we're blocking it. Y'all, excuse me, I'm a little stiff this morning. We're blocking it. You can literally look at yourself and say, I want this. I want to go here. I want to feel like this. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to be disrespected like this. I don't want to feel this feeling that I'm feeling. You are in control of that. We really have to start being mindful of how much control that we have and how much control that we don't have. A lot of us do not have control in our life. I want you to get a control of your life. I want you to get control of your feelings. I want you to get control of your relationship. I want you to get control of anything that is in your life that is not in order. But once, let's get control of the mind. Let's get control of the mind. Because if we can get in control of the mind, it'll be a different result for us. The mind is very, very important. You can look at somebody again and you can see the outer appearance of them and they'll appear to be pretty, smart, strong, whether you're a man or a woman. It's an appearance on the outside of you to say that you're okay. But behind that okay, what's actually going on? Behind that okay, what is actually going on within you? Whether it's family, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's abuse, whether it's verbal, mental, however that the abuse go, because there's a lot of abuse out here. Abuse of self is out here. Because you're abusing yourself, not loving yourself. You really, really need to learn how to love yourself. Encourage yourself. Uplift yourself. Represent yourself better. Come out of that corner and stop hiding. A lot of times you put yourself in the corner. You don't literally put yourself on punishment. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't on shit. You go to work and you come home. You just letting your life just go down the drain. So what, you got this, so what, you got that. Is that really what makes you happy? No, it's not, because you have really literally put yourself in the corner. You done locked yourself up. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. What is it that you're supposed to do? You're supposed to be enjoying your life. You really need to start enjoying your life. I'm going to tell y'all that. Y'all stop this bullshit where y'all ain't enjoying y'all life, where y'all ain't got no damn peace, where you feel some type of way, where you don't feel attractive, loved, or you don't feel uplifted, or whatever the fuck that's going on outside of you that's coming towards you. Because there's always something outside of you that's coming to you. Whether it's your mother, whether it's the family, whether it's the ghetto, whether it's the bad job, whatever that it is something that's going to be coming at you. You have to make sure that you are in order, that when something is coming to you, that you are mentally strong, that you are emotionally strong. Because when something comes at you and you're not mentally strong, you're not emotionally strong, something's going to happen. Being mentally strong, physically strong, mentally strong, emotionally strong. These are tactics that you must start exercising to be mentally and emotionally and physically strong. If you are mentally weak, emotionally weak, people thrive off you being emotionally weak. You're not emotionally strong. You're not emotionally aggressive. You must learn to be aggressive with your emotions sometimes. And you must aggress those that are aggressing you, meaning standing up for yourself. Being verbal, not allowing things in your life, but because you have not been emotionally aggressive, you're not mentally strong. You see people playing with you all the time. You see yourself playing with yourself because you have not got this in order. You have not got your emotions together. A lot of times people would not realize that they are on an emotional roller coaster. You cannot be on an emotional roller coaster. You just can't do that. I'm sorry. Whether you're a man or a woman, you have to be in control of self and control of your feelings. Because a lot of times, because you are not in control of your feelings, you find yourself in all of those situations that say low self-esteem, that doesn't say a genuine happiness. Because if you're really, really being honest with yourself, are you really actually happy on the inside? Is this what you signed up for? Is this what you really wanted? Is that the relationship that you want? Is that the way that you want to be talked to? Is that the success that you want out of life? But because you have not exercised to put your control and your emotions in control, your mind in control, you have not sorted out the things that you've needed to sort out. You got to start sitting with yourself and getting control of yourself and taking time out for yourself to put yourself in check. We don't self-check ourselves. That's the problem. We're not self-checking ourselves. You got to discipline yourself. You got to punish yourself. You got to be on your own ass. You got to check yourself. I could come tell you, baby, do this. Oh, bro, do this. Oh, do this, do that, do this. I could tell you what to do. I could guide you correctly. But if you are not self-checking yourself and self-disciplining yourself and putting this in what's going to happen? Good morning, baby. You ain't checking yourself. You sitting here not telling yourself, I'm being disrespected. I'm treating myself like shit. I'm not fixing myself up. I'm not loving myself. I'm not being successful. I've been in the same bad situation for years. I'm still being disrespected by my mama. I'm still up in the fucking ghetto. I still got a pointless ass job. Don't nobody treat me right. You literally have to look at yourself and see the time frames on your dysfunction. Oh, I've been broken for 2-3 years. Oh, I've been healing for 2-3 years. Oh, I've been working and going home and not really existing with the outside world for this amount of years. Are you not paying attention to what you are doing? Good morning, ladies. You're not paying attention to the behavior that you have? This relationship been bad for a long time. Whether it's your mama, whether it's a significant other, whether it's your damn children, whether it's your friends. We're not really deciphering what's up, what's really going on with us, and emotionally checking it, mentally checking it, checking our actions. Because you're not checking your actions. You're telling me that you're allowing this bad behavior. You're allowing this behavior. You're allowing the disrespect. You're allowing the low self-esteem. You're allowing people to talk to you crazy. You're allowing yourself to be in a poverty situation with a poverty mind, with a poverty outlook on life. And poverty just don't mean, oh, you financially just broke, but you have a poor mind, a poor spirit, a poor action. That is a poverty mind. It is not just that you live in a ghetto. You can live in a nice house, but because you have a poverty mind, you seem to be in a poor situation all the time. A poor relationship, a poor conversation, a poor confidence, a poor motivation about yourself. Your outlook and how you react and the things that you're doing should not be poor. They should be high. They should be expensive. It should be top shelf. You must upgrade the way that you think, the way that you talk, the way that you move, the way that you relationship, the way that you parent. You must strive for that. You must demand that. You must command that. You must speak with authority when you talk. You're soft. You're watered down. People can easily push you over. You got to pay attention. Are you a pushover? Are you one that can be disrespected? Are you one that people can use? Because a lot of times people don't want to say, I'm a person that is being used. You never look at yourself or whatever and see that you are being used. Your family using you. Your children using you. The job using you. The relationship using you. Drugs is using you. It is so many things in your life that is using you and abusing you, and you are allowing this behavior. You cannot allow yourself to be disrespected. I talk about disrespect a lot because we're good at allowing disrespect, especially in the community of people of color. You all disrespect each other. You don't love each other. You are emotionally out of control. You don't have a vision. You come from a broken home. It's a lot of stuff that we're not acknowledging within our communities, within our own culture of people, to see that I need to devise a self-plan where this will not become a part of my normal life basis. That you really must break the cycle. That break the cycle word's been around so long. That sentence. Oh, break the cycle, break the cycle. We got to do this. We got to do that. What's up, baby? Thank you for being here. Donna, we got to break that we're saying we need to break the cycle. We need to do this. We need to do that. We're not actually doing that. We got to stop being talkers, and we must learn to be doers of the word. The Bible tells us to be a doer of the word. This is what the scriptures tell you, to be a doer of the word. So even outside, if that's not the word that you encourage for yourself, you don't have a belief in God. You don't believe in the Bible or whatever, fine, because that's not my conversation. But in life, you have to be one that does what he or she says they're going to do, especially when it results in a positive situation in your life of you getting a better result. If you're saying you're going to be successful, you have to be a doer of that word. If you saying you tired of getting your ass whooped, you have to be a doer of the word. If you said that you tired of the relationship, the children, the job, or whatever, if you're tired, then be a doer of what your word is to better your life, to better your emotions, to better your mental, to better yourself, where you can actually start having a glow about yourself. You deprive yourself lying to yourself. You deprive yourself lying to yourself. You can lie to yourself. You can negotiate. You can do all of this shit that you are doing. But until you are honest with yourself, because you have been honest to yourself, to lie to yourself again, you will look in the mirror and say, I'm not at my best. You will look in the mirror and say, I'm not at my best. You will look in the mirror and say, I'm not that fucking sexy. You will look and see that what is wrong with you that you are ignoring. A month went past, 2 months went past, 3 months went past, a year went past, so on and so forth, even with the relationship. This bad relationship, that bad relationship. A lot of times, even if you breaking out of that bad relationship, you go right back to the streets to recover another bad relationship, to recover another bad relationship. It's like you a tow truck and you just out here picking up bad relationships. You gotta notice the dysfunction that you have in yourself. How many bad relationships you gonna be in? And a bad relationship a lot of times ain't got nothing to do with just somebody treating you bad. You was not meant for that person. You talked to that person on the wrong emotional boundaries. You was not emotionally together. You just out here just willy-nilly being with people. A lot of people do not see that they are not emotionally together, and that when you're out here dating or meeting a significant other, that you are dealing actually wrong. This is the reason why you fell in your relationship, because you never got yourself together. You damaged. You lost. You're not mentally strong. You're not the sex symbol that you're supposed to be. Sex symbol meaning that you got a high confidence about yourself. You feel good about yourself. You actually feel beautiful or attractive. You're a handsome man or whatever that your gender base is. Straight up. What's up, lady? You got to understand that. I want everybody to really, really recognize what is it that you're depriving yourself from. What is it that you're missing out on? If you've been in the same situation, the same surrounding, you can't look around and be proud. You can't think within your heart and be happy about the relationship, whether it's the family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your mama, whether it's just whatever relationship that you have, even if it is your children. You must be able to sit with self and acknowledge within self that these are healthy relationships, that you are actually happy, that you are not in the same spot that you are in. If you are in the same spot, you in the same area from where you grew up at. If you grew up in the hood, the devil is a lie. I'm going to start really teaching that on my platform too, because it irritates my soul that your mother and father invited you and gave you a poverty situation, a ghetto situation, a corrupt situation, a broken home situation, and you grow up and you adapt that behavior and you stay in that environment that is toxic, that environment that is poor, that environment where people have no real opportunity, don't go nowhere, don't see nothing, and they don't have a healthy relationship with each other. For you to think that it's okay to grow up and to stay in the hood. People who don't stay in the hood don't call their neighborhood the hood. Even folks that move out the hood, they stop saying that they stay in the hood. Is it that something is that wrong with us that we're not seeing that a lot of times you was broken from your parents? Your parents invited you into a bad situation. You was dealt a bad hand in life. You was dealt a bad hand in life. I do not want anybody to think that it is okay to stay in the ghetto, to promote a ghetto type of living, to promote a ghetto type of attitude, a belief system, a work ethic, to settle for less. Because your parents a lot of times taught you to settle for less. They told you it was okay. Why would we want to be in an environment that they call the hood? Straight up. As soon as you get to talking about a negative environment, you call it the hood, or some type of area to say that it is not of high value. It is not of high self-esteem. It's not valuable over there. They always have a way to label an area and an area of people where they feel like it is no value there. It is no self-respect. They will label that area, and if you pay attention, if you move out that area, you is not telling nobody, especially as a person of color, I live in the hood. I don't stay in the fucking hood no more. Soon as I got out the hood a long time ago, I wasn't out telling folks I stay in the hood. What did I say? Oh, I stay in the suburbs. I stay in the suburbs. So why is it that they call this the suburbs, but they call that the hood? What is the hood? Ain't the hood something that you put over your head? Has something been putting over your head and eyes to throw you off, to distract you, to make you think that this way of living that you have, to make it think that it's okay? This behavior must stop. This shit gotta stop. Everybody proud they from the hood. I ain't proud I'm from the hood though, bro. Fuck that shit. All that stuff that we went through. All that stuff we went through in the hood. Now, if you ain't go through nothing in the hood, oh shit, congratulations. But for those of us who really went through something in the hood, who really, really saw the hood for what it was, who really, really was outside, because I wasn't on the porch. Okay, I'm gonna say that when I was in the hood, I was really, really, really outside, and I saw a lot of horrible things. A lot of bad things happen to me too. I'm not gonna sit up here on this platform and try to lie about the hood. Yeah, it was some good days. Yeah, it was some days that kids and shit like that, and even as a grown up, we experienced that was cool. I can't say every day in the hood was bad. I can't say that. But what I can say is that what I saw over the years, and even since I left the hood or whatever, has not been cool. All the people we lost, all the mentalities that's gone, all the people that's mentally crazy and a bunch of other shit. We got a lot of bad stories that come from our communities and our environments. We got a lot of rest in peace shirts. We got a lot of people that deceased from cancer and different things just for no reason. We got a lot of evil people in our environment. It is an evil environment where we have come from. It is an evil mentality, an evil family structure, a broken home, boys and girls who are not being loved correctly. A lot of us, when you growing up in the hood, you ain't getting hugged, you ain't getting kissed. Straight up. You're not getting hugged, you're not getting kissed, you're not getting uplifted. Ain't nobody telling you you could be successful. Is anybody really teaching you about credit, teaching you can stay in the suburbs, teaching you to go and be somebody outside of what? Because it's okay if you was born in the hood. Okay, fine, we here. But my question was, why wasn't they showing or teaching, saying you could be successful, you could be this? Straight up. Straight up. Please don't ask me questions like that. Please don't ask me questions like that. When you come to my live, let's please pay attention. Please don't get into asking me questions that don't make sense. We come from an environment that is lost. We come from an environment that is confused. We come from an environment or whatever that is not producing love. You're a boy, you growing up in this community, they're teaching you to be a criminal, a liar, a mischievous one who is not responsible, one who has not been hugged, one who has not been kissed or uplifted or anything like that. Straight up. A lot of you come from an environment or whatever where you've been broken, you've been hurt. You've been in the hood all your life. I really am gonna start talking about that on my platform, where we see bigger than what's outside of the hood. Straight up. I want you to see bigger than what's outside of the hood. That's important. A lot of us lost family, lost friends, lost cousins, lost brothers, just to that environment. Even if it wasn't from violence, we lost a lot of people from that. We lost a lot of people. And a lot of people will tell you, a lot of people are trapped. They'll say they trapped. Oh, how they trapped? They mentally trapped. I'm serious. I remember being in the hood. I'm talking to one of my homeboys. He said, "Hey, Reb." I'm like, "What's up, G?" He like, "Man, fam, I just feel like I'm trapped. I just feel like I'm trapped. I feel like I'm trapped." So I know people feel trapped. They feel discouraged. They feel lost. They feel damaged. They stay close to the family that they know. A lot of times you should have moved out the hood, but you didn't, because you up here trying to be close to your family, and the whole time you ain't really got no family. You'll move up out the hood or whatever, and you'll pay attention and come back 10 years later and your family's still there. All your friends are still there. Everybody doing the same thing. Don't ever think that when you leave the hood and come back that folks ain't gonna be in the same spot doing the same thing with the same attitude, with the same disrespect. with the same bad stories. Oh, you know this happened. Oh, you know this happened. You know that happened. You know this happened. You know woo woo ain't here no more. You know old boy had a funeral. You know old boy up the street got shot. You know old girl over there, she be up there selling her coochie now. When you go to the hood and you ain't been to the hood, when you come to the hood, they finna tell you a bunch of bad stories. Where have you been in the hood and it was a bunch of good stories? All you get is gossip. Straight up. All you get is, I got into it with my mama. I got into it with my brother. Old boy got shot. Old girl's purse got snatched. Old girl was fighting old girl over her man or whatever. Oh yeah, that's an old boy. He got all them kids or whatever. He don't even take care of them. Woo woo. When you are in the hood or you are getting a report of what's currently going on in these type of neighborhoods, it is nothing positive being said. Now, when something is positive being said, we're happy about it. But if we're being serious and honest about the situation, the majority of the conversation is of a violence, is of a negativity, of a broken, of a bad sexual pattern, of a drug pattern, of a thief pattern, of a scammer, of a drug dealer, of someone who is violent with firearms, of a woman or whatever who lays on her back and sells her body, or anything that is degrading or disrespectful, or something that says low value, or something that says violence, or something that says that we don't stick together as a people. This is the doctrine that is taught and delivered, and it's the law. It is the law in an urban hood area. Negativity. Straight up. Negativity. Thank you. And I'm going to tell y'all something. You ain't funny acting since you moved. Ever since I moved up out the hood, oh, A-Rab think he better than folks, and A-Rab think this, and A-Rab think that, and you standing there dirty as hell, doing all types of ungodly crimes to survive. You sitting up there, can't take care of your family. You know, it's just a bunch of stuff that's happening or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you sitting up here telling me that that's okay. You sitting up there telling me that's okay or whatever. Straight up. You literally telling me that that's okay. Why is it that you're telling me that that's okay or whatever, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing? Sharika, why is you posting that up in my live, sweetie? Robinson, why is you posting that in my live? What did you got that up for? This is what I be talking about. We in the hood. We have a hood. I don't want anybody to think that that's okay. I don't want anybody to think that your children being in this environment or they being raised over here is okay. A lot of times what we need to do or whatever is get folks up out of that situation, that environment. That's what we need to do. We need to get folks about that situation, about that environment, and show them something different or whatever. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I think we really, really have gotten comfortable with, oh, you from the hood, you proud of it. Oh, I've been in the hood all my life. Why have you been in the hood all your life? Why have you been in the hood all your life? No. I'm not teaching that. I won't ever tell anybody, boy or girl, that it's okay for us to be in the hood all our life and accept the behavior that is taught there, accept the brokenness that is there. If you have a chance, which we all do if we apply pressure, because I don't give a fuck what they say. If you got low income housing, you can have that shit transferred to the suburbs. They got low income housing in the suburbs. Don't ever think that when you in the suburbs that some of them houses ain't Section 8 and everything else. The devil is a lie. A lot of y'all be trying to make it seem like you can't get out the hood, baby. Section 8, low income housing, Section 42, and everything else is in the fucking suburbs. Don't ever let nobody lie to you and make you feel like that Section 8 and low income housing is not up in the suburbs. Them houses be right down them pretty blocks with everybody else, and folks be thinking because, oh, I'm from the hood and, well, I'm poor, I just got a voucher, low income housing, I can't go stay in the suburbs and take my family up out this neighborhood. Yes, you really, really can. A lot of the houses for years have been outside of the hood. You could go stay in the suburbs and low-income housing now and have a beautiful home and a nice neighborhood and everything else, because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm knocking them because you still in a poverty situation or something. Oh, hell no, baby. You could take your public housing, your Section 8, and you could transfer that shit up out of there. because I don't want nobody to think I'm teaching you wrong, baby, because I can literally go on my phone and pull up Google, and we could look at your surrounding suburbs of where you stay at or whatever, and it would literally tell us a bunch of places that's based off your income that say that this is not a crime-filled neighborhood and you can stay over there with your family and be safe. I want everybody to know that it ain't no time no more for making excuses about what we go through. We got to make better decisions. If you from the hood, you come from the hood, you come from a bad situation or whatever, it is important for you to get you and your children up out of there. Get yourself up out of there. Whoever that you can take with you that got a like mind, take them with you. And if you got to leave folks in behind, I advise you to do that. I advise you to do that. It is nothing wrong, whatever, with looking at yourself and saying, I could do better. I want better for myself. I'm not finna sit up here and be in this situation or whatever that is not healthy for me. This is not healthy for you. This is not healthy for your family. You sitting up there watching your family be poor. They struggling. They always asking you for something. Y'all don't never go nowhere. Y'all don't never do nothing or whatever. Then it be only probably one person out the whole fucking family that's doing good. What's up, Peaches, baby? It bothers me that when I look in the hood and a whole fucking family is probably one person that's doing good for themselves. Is anybody paying attention that in the hood, that out the family, that it fuck around and only be one person that's doing good? It's only one person doing good out the whole fucking family? And that's the person everybody don't treat right. They talk about and put down, and they soak them dry. You could be the one person out your family doing good out the hood. They finna talk about you. They finna try to use you. They ain't finna love you, and you the black sheep because you went and did better. Why is it that when you do better and you come up out the hood, you become the black sheep? How did you become the black sheep? Because you went and did better for yourself. Y'all better stop letting these people trick you. They got you feeling bad because you want something out of life. They got you mad because feeling bad because you want a better relationship. They got you feeling bad because you don't want to put your life on the line and live the way that you live and be dysfunctional no more. Stop letting these people from the damn hood, I don't give a fuck if it's your mama, cousin, or whoever, stop letting these people from the hood influence you to think that it's okay to be in the same situation as them. You sitting up here listening to a motherfucker who got Section 8. You sitting there listening to a woman who done caught 12, 14 diseases. She been on welfare for 100 years, and you sitting up here taking advice from her, listening to her. She's saying stuff to make you feel bad. You sitting up there listening to your mama a failure. You sitting up here broken about your daddy is a failure. It is time for you not to be a failure and put that stuff in behind you and move forward. Straight up. You can start doing better for yourself up in the hood. Your mama gonna be against you. Remember that when you come from the hood, that when you start doing better, your own mama will turn against you. Folks don't want to talk about that. When you from the hood, your mama will turn her back on you. Your mama will start acting weird on you. You start having money. You start having better than her. You start having a nice home and all this other type of stuff. You the op now. Soon as you start saying you want to get up out the hood, you the op. A lot of y'all don't even know you a op. Your people's mad at you because you want something out of life. You want to do better. Now you a op. Now they talking about you behind your back, plotting on you, don't want good for you and a bunch of other stuff. Stop letting people influence you to think that you being poor, you being in the ghetto, you being lost is okay. You cannot sit up there and look at your mama and do just as bad as she did. Don't do what your mama did, and don't do a little bit better than what your mama did. Do 5 times better than what your mama did, because sometimes you got to look at your mama and say she a loser. Sometimes you got to look at your daddy and say he a loser too. See, I ain't want to sit up here and lie. Straight up. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When they was saying, don't be like me, be better than me, they should have put in more work. I ain't finna sit up here and just tell you, don't be like me, be better than me. I'm going to push you in your back and make sure that you be better than me. See, that was the problem in the hood. They'll say something, but they ain't put in the work to make sure that y'all was successful. They got all these good sayings in the hood. Black folks got all these sayings that they say to try to motivate us. But when you motivating a child, you supposed to be pushing a child. You supposed to be working with a child. You supposed to be standing on the side of them, guiding them to success. They was not guiding us to success up in the fucking ghetto. Sit up there and have that old dumbass motivational talk with us, which didn't mean a fucking hot pot of beans. Then right after that shit over with, they back to being dysfunctional again. Got us believing in Jesus and ain't no damn Jesus up in them. If we really paid attention, right, to what we was taught in the hood growing up, that shit was not healthy. That shit wasn't no motivation. There wasn't nobody really standing on business like that. It was very seldom where you would see somebody of color growing up that really actually had parents in their life that were being supportive of them, a motivator to them, really instructing them and guiding them so that when they became of a teenage age, they could just kind of walk into their success. See, what the problem is in the ghetto is that when you are born, they're not grooming you for success. Why are they not grooming you for success in the ghetto? Here are you a parent, you're already poor, you're having kids, you're grooming your sons and daughters to be broken, to not be married, to not be successful, to not have a job, to not go to college, to have, welfare workers, Section 8 homes, to be violent with firearms, to not express love. This is what you are being taught by your parents because they had you in that environment. Straight up. Thank you. A lot of parents stop caring. See, when I talk about the real topics that need to be talked about, my lives start jumping. Folks start coming up in the room. Folks start commenting because these are the things that we will not talk about, or a man won't stand publicly on a platform and say that the neighborhoods that we live in, the system of thinking that we have, that our parents or whatever enable us to be failures. Your parents brought you into a losing situation, baby. Your mama still up in the damn hood and you grown as hell, something wrong with that motherfucker. If your mama still in the damn hood and you grown, you cannot tell me something ain't wrong with that lady. I'ma say it. Why is your mama still in the hood and you grown as hell? And if you in the hood with your mama too, something wrong with both of y'all. You need to go get some help because she done guided you wrong. Because your daddy probably was already up out the picture. Straight up. Your mama literally brought you to the hood and she's still up in the hood and she's still dysfunctional up in the hood. Please don't be in the hood with her. See your mama later, baby. I'm going to call you from the suburbs. Hey, mama, what's going on, baby? I'm in the suburbs, baby. You need to come out here. Mama, look, you whatever you had going on, mama, we need to stop that behavior that you got going on. You all over there in the hood and you all over there mad and angry and shit like that. You need to start telling your family members this. Y'all want to fuck with me? Y'all need to come up out the hood. Come over this way. Let me show you something different. And if you don't want to understand different, stay your ass over there in the goddamn hood. Y'all be bending over backwards to go to the hood to help these people who don't want to do better. I'm serious. I'm going to say this again. If you are an adult and you see your mama and different family members still in the hood after all these years, it's time for you to transition to something different. It's time for you to go find you a different crowd to hang out with. It's time for you to go put yourself around a man or a woman that is being successful. It is embarrassing that you are a grown adult and that your mother or father, that they not successful. I ain't finna kid up there making excuses. We literally sit up here and we make excuses for the behavior of what our parents did in the hood. You brought me to the hood and then you never decided to be successful. I'm grown as hell and you ain't accomplished shit. You just sitting here being a damn bum, living off the state and all this other goofy ass shit. You never did nothing with your life. Sometimes you got to look at your parents and look at them, and you ain't even got to argue with them or try to figure out what's going on. You really just need to look at them and say, they failed in life, and I can't be like them. Your parents ain't finna look you in the face and tell you I'm a motherfucking failure, I ain't about shit, and I didn't do right by you. A lot of y'all want to answer from your parents of why that they did what they did or why they didn't uplift you or love you the way that they love you. You need to look at them and say, They are failures. They will not repent to me. They ain't going to apologize to me, and they ain't going to change. And you need to go your own way. You need to go your own way. Baby, I'm going to leave you over there in the hood. Oh, yeah, you think I ain't finna leave my mama in the hood or those dysfunctional people? I ain't ashamed to say that on this platform. You hurt me, you broken me. You not finna have me so broken while I stay over here with this type of mentality that y'all had, with this dysfunction that y'all had. I'm hanging out with y'all, I'm picking y'all up. We really don't like each other. We really don't love each other. Every time we come around each other, we being disrespectful to each other. Hell no, y'all keep that shit over there. Y'all got to learn to tell the dysfunctional people who started the dysfunction in your life, you need to let them stay over there, and you bring your ass to the promised land. Get your ass up out the goddamn hood. Get yourself up out the hood. Get your mentality up out the hood. Get your relationship up out the hood. A lot of times you don't know how to date correctly because you from the hood. Your mama was broken. She didn't know what a good man was. Your daddy was not a good man. We come from broken homes with people who did not know how to date, people who did not know how to marry or anything like that. Here goes a broken girl growing up who does not know how to love correctly or has not been loved correctly. Here's a broken boy on the side of her who was not loved correctly or raised correctly. Eventually they meet each other and they disrespect each other and treat each other wrong. A child is born from that. They are never married and they go their separate way. That is the system of what we're doing in the ghetto. That's the system. Your mama about wasn't married. Your mama and daddy was together for like 2 seconds and then they ain't never was cool again. Some of y'all ain't even got the same mama and daddies. Your brother by this person, your mama had kids by different people and all types of shit. But we don't want to talk about that though. We don't want to talk about that. But this is what you was taught up in the ghetto. You was taught to be a baby mama. You was taught to be on welfare. You was taught to go to the store with food stamps. You was taught to stay in a crime-filled neighborhood. You was taught that if somebody shot a firearm to duck. You think in the suburbs they teaching their kids to duck and do this and do that? They not teaching their kids in the suburbs survival tactics. Oh, when you go outside, watch out for that. When you go to that corner store, you know whoop-de-woo, this, that, and the other. It is a different teaching in the hood than in the suburbs. You are at home being taught how to be a criminal, how to survive criminal behavior, how to not be emotional, how to not love, how to not be in a stable relationship, how to not be hugged. You ain't even getting hugged at the crib. When the last time your mama called you and said, I love you, I appreciate you? Your mama don't even call you and say, hey, baby, I just called to tell you that I love you and I appreciate you. I'm over here cooking this, goddammit, this food, baby. What you doing, baby? You and them grandbabies need to come over here to the house, or I could come over there to the house, and I just want to come over there and just love on y'all. Why is it that our elders don't never talk to us like that? Your mama ain't calling you. Your mama don't walk up on you and just hug you and kiss you on the cheek and shit like that. All that negative shit that they was doing when we was growing up or whatever, I have broken that cycle. I tell my daughter I love her. I give her hugs. If I make a mistake or if I holler at her too loud or whatever that it is, I make sure I go apologize. Hey, Bella, excuse me. Bella, I'm sorry. You was being bad, but you made daddy mad, and that's the reason why I was hollering at you like that. Because your child feelings is important. Our feelings was not important in the fucking hood growing up. Your feelings wasn't important. You better suck that shit up and shut the fuck up. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You better shut your weak ass up. You better suck that shit up. Especially if you a fucking boy and you growing up in the fucking hood. If you crying or if you being soft, you is a bitch and you gonna get your ass whooped again. They'll beat the hell shit out of you and then tell you don't fucking cry. And if you cried, you fuck around and get your ass whooped again. A lot of us got child abuse when we was growing up. A lot of y'all don't want to say that your parents was child abusing you. A lot of y'all don't want to say that your mama was child abusing you. She was verbally abusing you, mentally abusing you, physically abusing you. Y'all was getting child abuse at home. They sitting up there hitting kids with brooms and extension cords and skillets. Whatever they can get their hands on, they just hitting you with the shit. I don't do that to my goddamn daughter. If I'm around you and I see you picking up something that you ain't got no business doing to try to hit a kid, I'ma knock your mother, I'ma rock your shit. I'ma hit you. I'ma call the police on you too. If I'm around you and I see you being disrespectful and degrading and treating a child wrong, I'm on your ass. I don't give a fuck who you is, and you ain't got to be my goddamn child. I don't care what color skin you is. If I see you doing something wrong to a child, bitch, I'm reporting your ass. I'm on your ass. Cause that shit wasn't right. A lot of y'all is messed up and hurt because of the abuse that you took when you was growing up. When you was growing up, this woman in the house calling you bitches and hoes. We growing up, they calling us all out our name, punk bitch motherfucker, and all this other type of shit. Why is they calling us hoes? Why is they calling us bitches and all of this old weak ass shit? Dumbass niggas and all of this other type of shit. Punk motherfuckers. This is the language and the conversation that you get in the hood growing up. And the majority of us that do not come from a two-parent home. For the people of color that come from a two-parent home, congratulations. You should be successful than a motherfucker. Because if you are not, you have failed. For us who are really from the trenches, us who don't come from a two-parent home, us who have been abused verbally, mentally, emotionally, financially. Because when you come up in a broken home in the ghetto, you have been financially abused too. A lot of you was doing the wrong things or trying to figure out how to get some money or whatever that it was when you was growing up in that fucked up ass household up in the damn hood. I don't know why people don't want to talk about the hood and what it really, really is. After 100+ funerals or so, I just got kind of tired of going. I get tired of the funerals. I get tired of the disrespect. I get tired of the violence. I get tired of just everything that I see, and nobody is gonna make me feel bad no more because I had been in the hood so long. They was making me feel bad because I wanted to do better. They was making me feel bad because I wanted to be positive. They was making me feel bad because I didn't want to go, you know what I'm saying, literally take people's lives with firearms and all of this other stuff that they wanted me to do in the streets that would consist of me being a murderer and just a lot of ungodly stuff. They will literally be mad at you, recruit you for that. It is evil recruiting people for all different types of positions in the hood every day. Evil is recruiting people in the hood every day. Straight up. This is where you was born at. This is what you signed up for. Oh, I didn't sign up for that. Yes, you did. Your parents signed up for that, and they brought their children with them. Straight up. They brought their children with them. Because look, if your parents would have made a decision, your mother or whoever, because more than likely a lot of us was raised by our mama, unless you went and got another man and he stayed and that was your stepdaddy. Especially up in the hood. The majority of people from the hood did not have their father really in their life or their father inside of the house. And if he was there when you was born, he exited up out that bitch real quick. Because see, a lot of y'all don't want to tell the truth that your mama is a horrible person. I'm so sick of everybody blaming the black father for everything when we need to tell the truth and say that the woman was out of control too, and they both had a motherfucking problem. We so used to defending our dysfunctional mama. Your mother is dysfunctional. She cannot keep a man. She does not have a man currently or a husband now. She about got somebody that'll play up in her and penetrate her, but she ain't got no husband. She never really kept a man. A lot of people don't want to look at their mama and say, you know, I might got a lot of traits that she got. She don't keep no man. She ain't got no husband. Somebody about come and penetrate her or something like that, but ain't nobody really being with her for real. Ain't nobody really being with her for real. Y'all ain't never looked at y'all mama. Your mama is old now. Your mama ain't married. Your mama ain't got no man. Y'all women really need to start looking at that your mama ain't married, that your mama is financially embarrassed, that your mama ain't standing on no business, that your mama belief system and whatever she believe in, because they be weird like that, none of that shit is substantial of what she got going on in life. It is okay for you to look at your mama and look at her and be honest with yourself without even saying nothing and say, she's a fucking loser and I can't be like her. That's when you become intelligent. Because that's called tough love. A lot of y'all need to understand tough love. That you need to look within yourself and see that you have to bring a tough love to love people correctly. I ain't saying don't love your mama. I ain't saying don't love your family. But you need to learn how to love accordingly and see that the situation that is in front of your face is an embarrassment, and it's your duty and assignment to separate yourself from that and to do better than her. You actually got to do better than your mama. That way, when she's sitting up there talking crazy, you can look at her and say, you messed up your life, baby, not me. I don't take disrespect from my elders. I look them dead up in their eye and let them know, you fucked up your life, baby, not me. Why is it that y'all don't look at y'all elders and got your shit together and tell them, baby, my house bigger than yours. I got more cars than you, and I don't stay in the hood, because I done said that shit. You think I ain't told my elder before? My elder was being disrespectful when I told them, baby, you stay over there in the hood and that little ass apartment. You mad over there, ain't you? You big mad over there. Y'all got to start checking y'all elders and letting them know that they a failure. Because real is real. Y'all be biting y'all tongue for y'all elders. You ain't got to do all that holler and cussing. Just tell them where they at up in life and tell them they ain't got shit and what that little hood mentality got them. And then you exit on about the conversation. I guarantee you they gonna think about you for the rest of that motherfucking day, week, and month, and for the rest of their life. For you to look at them and tell them that they shit fucked up. Oh, that's the best feeling, when you can look at folks from the hood and your elders that's being disrespectful and tell you need to get your shit together. Look where you're at in life. Straight up. Don't let the abuse that you have taken from them, you have taken abuse from your parents. You've taken abuse from your parents, where it was verbally, mentally, financially. You were put into a situation that was set up for failure. It is your job to be able to beat that situation and look at them and check their temperature. Look at you, you fucked up. Yeah, you had me in a bad situation, but I rolled. Like, you know what bothers me? And some of you might can contest to this, that you come from a bad home, that you was born into a poverty situation, and that you came out of that situation, and that your own parents and family members and friends look at you as, how the fuck did you did that, and they didn't want you to do that. Because they really don't want you to be successful. I don't want it to be ever that I'm standing as a man and I got all these people listening to me around the world, and I can't sit up there and give them a message to let them know, especially for people of color, that your mother and father dropped you off in a goddamn ghetto and they didn't have an exit plan for you. A lot of you are grown as hell and still in the ghetto, or still going to the ghetto trying to make some type of peace, trying to make some type of way, or strategize something for some motherfuckers who ain't going nowhere. Leave the motherfucking hood. I guarantee you they still gonna be here 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now. They'll still be there. They'll still be there. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here to hit all the points. Today is Sunday, baby, and the pastor ain't gonna teach us this today. And he gonna take an offering. See, before you get into that broken relationship with a man or a woman, you was already broken from your house. Straight up. You were already broken from your house. Don't ever think that the brokenness started a lot of times with your first relationship or this man. No. It started with the first man, your daddy. It started with the first woman, your fucking mama. A lot of us grown men, a lot of grown men don't want to say this, but I'm going to stand on this platform and I'm going to tell the truth, because today is Sunday. As a grown man, a lot of men are broken because their mother treated them like trash. As a man of color, growing up in a household with a mother that is broken, it breaks you, it hurts your feelings, because the first woman in your life broke your heart. A lot of men of color will not stand openly and say that the first woman to break their heart was their fucking mother. Your mama broke your heart, bro. That's who we need to be talking to. A lot of you black women can say the same thing, or just women of color, whether you're Puerto Rican or whatever that it is. All us people of color can say this. The first person that broke your heart was about your mama. You sitting up here mad at this man, and you got a right to be mad at this man, but I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these men is running around with a broken heart because of their damn mama. They mama treated them like shit. They mama abused them. It probably was some sexual stuff going on. These boys done got molested and a bunch of other shit. I'm sorry, y'all, to just stand up here and tell the truth like that, but a lot of these boys, they mama broke their heart. They mama was doing ungodly stuff to them behind closed doors and a bunch of other shit, and they are broken. Them boys ain't got no good relationship with their mama. What, you don't meet too many men of color that got a great relationship with their mama like that. These mamas ain't the best. I'm sorry if I'm just being honest, but a lot of these boys or whatever, they be broken, and they turn out to be broken men because they mama hurt them. They mama betrayed them. They mama like did a bunch of harsh stuff to them behind closed doors. A lot of men won't say that my mama was doing this or that or doing this to me behind closed doors. You think they really finna tell you that or say that? Men aren't heard really anyway when they talk. Men in the ghetto are taught when they growed up to not express emotions, to be masculine, to not be feminine. To, like, if you are a man of color, you growing up in the hood, and you use any type of emotions, they gonna say you a bitch, they gonna say you soft, or you trying to cry. Don't try to cry. You cannot cry when you growing up and you a man of color. They gonna tell you shut your soft ass up, shut your bitch ass up. Anything to say that you being a fucking pussy, they gonna tell you that quick. They'll tell you quick you being a pussy. Straight up. And I'm just being honest, even as a man of color, you can't express feelings. As a man of color, I'll tell my auntie or something like this, hey, I love you. They won't say nothing back. Y'all black folks ain't even taught how to love correctly. If you tell the elders in the hood, I love you or whatever, preferably they not even gonna respond to that. You will literally stand in front of your elder's face and say, I love you, and they won't say that shit back. They'll exit up out of that and say something entirely different than what you said. Even when I've told a lot of you ladies and gentlemen on this platform, I love you, you didn't say it back. You acted all weird. You started asking me a bunch of special ass questions, and that let me know that you came from a broken ass home. Somebody say they love you, you're supposed to say it back. Y'all ain't used to nobody saying that to y'all. It's literally a lot of you women. Some of y'all even in my live, I done told you I love you, and you done responded with everything but to say I love you, which let me know at home that you was not loved correctly growing up. Once again, Arab is a great teacher because I can prove all things. Y'all don't know how to love correctly because of your mama and daddy, preferably your mama, because your mother was the one that was abandoned and she had to hold the house and she had to be the one with the children. So preferably, if we want to talk about the truth of who's really hurting us nowadays, we want to scope in on the mother because the father has already been out the equation. So we would say about the father, he's a rolling stone. He was never around. I'm going to tell you something. If daddy wasn't never around, I'm not saying that that's fine, but it was better for daddy not to be around because a lot of times what mama was on, mama shouldn't have been around either. A lot of you would have been better off without your mother and father. A lot of you would have been better off without your mother and father. You just would have. You just would have been better off without them. So the father is gone, the mother's in house, you're in house with her, she's broken, she's hurt, she's been abandoned, she's sexually out of control, she's making babies based off the wrong thing. A lot of y'all don't want to admit that your mama or whatever was a hoe. A lot of folks don't want to say that their mama was a hoe, she ain't had no class about herself, she couldn't keep no man. Folks don't be wanting to say that. Your mama just out here having sex and ain't nobody trying to marry her or nothing. and you pick up that same bad behavior. Your mama sitting up there, she an old fucking lady without no husband, ain't married, ain't been in no relationship, no stable relationship, 5, 10, 15 years. At a certain age, as an elder woman, your mama should be in a relationship and should have retained a man for a certain amount of years. But because she's disrespectful, because she's dysfunctional, because she's not a lover, she's a fighter, nobody wants to be around her. And y'all that do be around her, y'all can't stand her ass, but that's my mama. Because that's what we say up in the ghetto. I can't stand her, but that's my mama, though. You know, I got to help her. That's my mama. Fuck that motherfucker, but that's my mama. Y'all would literally say, fuck my mama, but I got to help her, though. Y'all literally talk bad about y'all mama did. Get in the car, drive across town to go help her little bum ass. Or borrow her some money, or take her little slow ass to the goddamn doctor, or whatever her dumb ass got to do. Excuse me for being honest again. I'm sorry, but I'm from the hood, so I can say this. Y'all can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the real hood, so you can't sit up here and tell me that Arab is wrong about what he's saying about what's going on up in the goddamn hood. Straight on up. I don't talk to people who ain't got no picture too. I'm gonna tell y'all that. Please stop coming to my live and saying stuff to me. If you ain't got no picture, I'm not addressing you. Straight up, I'm not doing that no more. You come to the live, you ain't got no picture. That's weird. That makes me uncomfortable. I like to talk to people's faces. Go to the hood or whatever. Poop. We in the hood. Everything is bad over there. The food be good. You get some deals and shit, but after I get my food and shit, y'all, I be ready to go. I be ready to go. Southside, we outside, baby. You already know it's cracking around here. Southside, we outside. The fuck? Yo, mama crazy. My mama crazy. Good morning, baby. I don't want to ever stand publicly and just paint this picture of my life that's not true. See, it makes me look good to talk about what has happened to me and what I've been through, and for me to be able to stand and people view me and all of this stuff that has occurred in my life to say I've gained a success for myself outside of the ghetto. You see what I'm saying? It is a good look that when you come from a bad home, when you come from a home that you're not loved, when you come from a broken family, that you stand up, that you be righteous, that you make wise decisions, and that you can look at your mama and say, I'm doing better than you. Because I don't take disrespect from people who try to destroy me. You should never take disrespect from people who lined you up to be a failure. You should be able to look at them and say, I'm doing better than you. Because that conversation needs to be had. A lot of you bite your tongue and you live in a dysfunction with people where you need to be telling them, I'm doing better than you. I ain't on what you own or whatever, and this is what it is. Straight up. Lala, I'm finna block you. I'm coming here trying to tell me nothing, baby. You ain't even following me. You come in my live being disrespectful or trying to cause a confusion, especially if you ain't following me, I'm gonna block you. I'm not dealing with that no more, where you ladies and gentlemen, you're not following me. You got all this mouth to say and you're not being supportive of me, and then you come and mess up my vibe. I'm only dealing with my peoples that's consistent with me, that really show me genuine love. Moving forward, any person that ain't following me, that ain't for real about supporting me, we ain't got nothing to talk about, because you take your platform and do nothing. Arab, the one standing up on his platform, teaching people correctly, changing people's hearts, inbox full of people telling him, thank you for the information that you are passing and teaching. If that is not your cause of movement, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Don't give a shit about how many followers you got. You ain't doing nothing with your page. Sitting up there posting that clown shit all day. I turn my camera on to uplift people, to save my people, to teach them something different. That is what I do. Everybody know that when Arab turn this light on, he finna speak some truth up in here. Everybody know that. When I turn my camera on, you finna learn something. Everybody know that. And even if you don't know that or whatever, when you come and find out, you done learn something from me. You can't say you done came